Why all men must live alone. At the end of the day, you only have yourself. No one else is in your mind besides you and God. But other than that, no one else controls you. So it's only natural. And what do I mean by being alone? Being alone, not forever, but for a time, before you get married, before you start the next chapter of fatherhood, you gotta at least experience living alone. Now, I know not everyone can do this. Maybe you're engaged right now. Maybe you're already married. You don't have that possibility while I'm not talking to you. But you can at least maybe understand the gravity of what I'm saying, and hopefully you would want this for your son or for people that you know. Now, a lot of times in our generation, we're men nowadays. I see them in the gym. I see them at the store. I see them amongst my friends. They don't necessarily. They're always seeking validation. They're always seeking approval or wanting to be known or wanting to be famous, wanting to be accepted. It's not natural. It's natural in a sense that most people do want to, be social. Most people do want to be in some type of group or be involved in a community. There's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times we have it to an extreme to where it becomes supplicating. This is why men act a certain way with women. This is why men don't stand up for what's right. This is why men don't say what's on their mind, because they're afraid of rejection. They're afraid of being outcasted. They're afraid of being a pariah. But when you learn to live alone, I'll explain the benefits right now. When you're alone, there are no there are no distractions. All I can hear is my thoughts, my computer processing some videos, the traffic, my fridge. I'm stuck in here. I have to reflect. For the whole day, I'm stuck with me and this right here. See, when you're not living alone, let's just say you're living with your parents, you're always focused on making sure that you're in right standing with them. Whether it's you got to talk to them, you got to have some type of relationship with them, you got to do favors for them, you got to drive them here, you got to drive them there, you got to do all this stuff, right? You're never really doing anything for yourself. But when you're at home, alone, and you live by yourself, you are accountable to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So what about these thoughts? Let's get to it. So your thoughts, you're there, you have to be present with them. They're always bombarding you. But what does this make you? It makes you more aware of them. It makes you more conscious of your thoughts. It makes you more conscious of what you've done, what you're doing, where you're going, where you're at. Not only are you more present in the moment, you're more careful about the future. You're more aware of the past. You have more time to reflect. But as you're reflecting, you become less able to forget about your problems. You become less able to forget about your flaws. You work on fixing them or accepting things that you can't change about yourself. You become a man that way. As you're more aware of your thoughts, you're more reflective. As you're more reflective, you hold yourself more accountable. As you hold yourself more accountable, every step that you make in your life, it's more important to you. Your life is more important to you. You're not so flippant about how you're going to be doing things, or how you're going to be spending your money, where you're going to be spending your time. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff becomes more and more hyper real. See, when you're living with your parents, you haven't even started life. You have not started life. And you couldn't even imagine what I'm talking about if you haven't lived by yourself. Especially if you live with your parents. You couldn't even imagine what I'm talking about. There is no safety net. You're here, and if you mess up, you're going to be in a really bad spot. So you're going to be more responsible. You're going to be more conservative with your actions, with the risks you take. You're going to be more precise about the moves you make. All this stuff is going to become, it's going to be like you're going to be supercharged, or you're going to almost live life in slow motion. Because now all of your actions, they have more and more of an effect on you, and no one can bail you out. But if no one can bail you out and you have to be more conservative, why are you being more conservative? You're being more conservative because you don't want to mess up. And if you mess up, it can lead to you being homeless. So you're going to have to be frugal. You're going to be cheap. You're going to be kind of, if you're smart, you're going to be like really trying to look at where your money's going and really being conscious of where you're putting your money. You see, everything becomes more and more conscious. You become more and more aware. You become more and more actualized as a man. If everything is more potent, all your decisions, all your actions, from the time you wake up to go to sleep, you're literally analyzing what you did today and whether or not it was a benefit to you, whether or not you did what you needed to do in order to sustain yourself, in order to accomplish your goals, or you set that in motion. What steps did you take to get there? So the summarization of all that is you start to value your time and your money. A lot of us are very flippant with how we deal with our time and our money. But if you value your money and your time, certain things that used to matter to you, they don't matter to you anymore. For example, for me, I used to be really into women, in a sense that I was kind of chasing or obsessed. But now I really don't care. I really don't care. I don't care about friends. I don't care about events. I don't care about going out. I don't care about parties. I don't care about quote unquote having fun, especially if I got to spend money to do it, or if I got to spend a bunch of time. All this stuff doesn't necessarily matter to me anymore, because it's almost like I'm in safety mode. And this is how you need to be as a man, because especially if you live with your parents, you basically have to reboot, and you have to root yourself in a sense that the software that you used to have, you got to get rid of it. And you got to take this time right now to diagnose what's going on, to fix your problems, and to restart that operating system so that you can start running smoother and smoother. So I don't care about a lot of stuff now. I don't care about what people think of me even so much now. I'm blessed to not really care, but now I really don't care. So let me explain. I don't care about women. Like, I don't even want to even get married right now. I don't even want a relationship right now. I don't even want to be involved with anybody right now. You no longer seek validation. I only have to answer myself. I only have to go home to myself. I only have to lay down with myself. I'm only really accountable to me and God. So I'm not really seeking validation or approval from anybody. I don't care if it's my mom, my dad, my sisters, girls I used to talk to, whatever. Like, I don't care. I don't know. It's like I literally don't care. I really don't care about a lot of stuff anymore. But you got to get to this point, because in our generation, we're always looking for something. We're always looking for something to fill us up. Something to take us off our problems. Something to distract us from reality. We use friends, we use our family, we invest in people when we should be investing in ourselves. Look, man, it's important. But now that I don't have time, I'm charging for my time. Or I'm making sure I spend my time very wisely. People are paying me for my time now. I am setting myself up so that I can demand value, because it just makes sense to me in my head now, but before it didn't. So there's more to be said about it, and I'll probably make more videos about it in the future. But it's very important to be on your own. So